feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement.
Hello, come up cousins. We are back. What's up? My name is Mark. You can find me on YouTube under Uncultured Currency and Half Breed Observer. To my right is my co-host.
Hey guys, I'm Mo, and you can find me on Instagram at OTB Clubhouse.
Man, it's been a busy 2 weeks for us, Mo.
I think we've been gone for 2 weeks or 3.
I think it's 2 weeks because I know the first week you were moving. The second week you had your options course. So yeah, I think it's been 2 weeks now at this point. Yep.
It seems like a long time.
It does, man. A lot has changed for you, man. How's everything going on your end?
It's good, bro. Dallas is it's different.
So how about the pros and cons? Pros and cons. What do you like about Dallas first?
It's cheap, bro. I come from Vancouver. Everything's very expensive. Think of Vancouver like New York, LA. It's like a really expensive place. Just everything's really expensive.
New York style, right?
Yeah, coming here for us, like it's cheap. Everything's cheap. Alcohol is like free for us at this point. Like, at Costco, like I was at Costco buying a couple of wine bottles. Insane, which we knew, but just living day to day, it's that's the biggest pro. Everything's cheap. People are really nice. Again, we live in a very different part of Dallas. I know Dallas is massive. We live somewhere in North Dallas, so people are very friendly. Most people think when you say Texas or Dallas, you think of a gun, and that's what people think. There's like people shooting each other every 5 minutes.
So the question is, Mo, are you gonna get yourself a gun?
I will, yes.
Oh, really? You are? Do you have any idea what you're gonna get?
No idea. I'll probably be asking you.
No, okay. Yeah, I do have several guns. I gotta add a shotgun to my collection. It's not even a collection. I just have several guns to actually use for like home protection and stuff. This is pretty controversial. Would you teach your children how to use a gun?
I saw a video where a father was teaching his son how to shoot, and I think the son had to be less than 7 years old, and people were just going wild.
Like,
I don't think I would. Huh? Yeah.
Okay.
Well, there's pros and cons, and there's context. Like, I personally wouldn't. But if someone is, I wouldn't judge them either. But like lately, like you see that a lot of people don't know anything about parenting, and they can't teach their kids basic manners. And then now, like if the same people start teaching their kids, how to use a gun, you know what I mean? Like critical thinking is important and applies everywhere. So it depends. Like, but I don't know in which scenario you want to teach your kid how to shoot a gun, depending on the age too. And the context where you live, what's your reasoning? Something's happened. Like everything matters when I wouldn't personally.
Okay. See, I'm the opposite. I did show my kids how to use the gun, the safety procedures, but I also taught them never to touch it unless it's like an emergency and mom and dad are not around or whatnot. But even then, they don't even know where the guns are in the house. But I did teach them just the basic safety because I didn't want my kids to fear guns. And again, because it's like a catch-22, like you said, it's very controversial because there's two sides to the coin. I would say the one thing that I just didn't want my kids to fear guns and eventually get curious about it and then grab it and play around with it and make a mistake. So I kind of introduced them in an early age. This is a gun. It can take someone's life. These are the safety precautions. When you see a gun in the open, scream and say, help, 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 gun, gun, gun. Get a parent, get an adult. Do not touch it yourself. Just stuff like that. And I test them every once in a while. Like I'll take the bullets out of the gun and just leave it around like just underneath the couch or something to see like if they actually follow those directions. And so far they've been doing pretty good, but I still don't trust them. Like it's hidden. They have no idea where the guns are throughout the house. So only me and my wife.
Mark, for us, it's so extreme coming from Vancouver. In Vancouver, the only thing dangerous for us was just over consuming maple syrup and kind of having too much sugar. Coming to Dallas where the con, I'll tell you the biggest con of Dallas is I don't know why, but people don't know how to drive here. Like I want to come and like bring people who drive rash and bring them on the show and interview them and ask them like what makes you want to risk your life and others. I've never seen the aggressiveness in my life. Bro, I'm so good with driving. Like I'm very courteous. Like if I'm in the left lane and I feel like I'll let them through. And if I still need to like overtake someone, then I'll like very proper. Here, people phone on one hand, and then their cars slowly drifting away from the white dotted line, and then they don't really care. There's not a lot of cops here either. It could be the area that we're in, but there's people that don't know how to drive. People know how to drive here. They choose to drive aggressively. So that's
Yeah, it's everywhere, man. Trust me, you haven't experienced anything until you drive in either LA traffic or New York City traffic. In New York, you have to be aggressive. And I don't know why anyone even buys any nice luxury cars in New York, because you're bound to get dinged or scratched or something. I'm talking about in the city. It's crazy. It scares me. I don't drive in New York City. My wife drives. I don't care. People call me bitch. I don't care. I do not drive. I do not drive in New York City, and I definitely do not drive in Dominican Republic. That shit gave me an anxiety. But cars these days have the technology to be able to drive for you. So we're becoming, as a society in general, we're becoming dumber and dumber. So because everything is becoming more and more convenient. But yeah, well, anyways, welcome to America, and welcome to one of the most conservative states in the United States. Hopefully you enjoy it overall. But yeah, all right, guys, it's been, like we said, about 2 weeks. Mo's going to cover some recession-related content. So without further ado, you want to jump right into it, Mo?
Yeah, so before like I get into the charts and everything, I'd say congratulations to the Bulls. People that believed in the word that we're using a lot right now is Mag 7. They've smoked the market in a good way. Apple, Microsoft, Amazon,
Tesla,
Netflix,
Google, Netflix.
Tesla is comparatively a little bit further behind, but like Apple, if you continue to believe in the stock, it's been amazing. Microsoft's been all-time high. My only worry about the market, and again, you talk about like worries, it's just betting against the market usually doesn't work out well. And a big example of that is Michael Burry. The man's been losing so much money shorting. He closed his short and opened a new short now on chips. And it's been incredible how much money this person's lost, and people tend to follow him and his trades. It's crazy. Like I think he's just like any fund manager. It's just he got famous because of the movie that was made based on him. Apart from that, like this guy is just, I don't know what he's doing. Like, the timing of the shorts are so off. But yeah, like I feel like he has a macro approach, but a macro approach, you can't do that, a trading execution on that. So if you're thinking 2 years down the road, you can't be placing trades and catching bottoms like that. But yeah, it's been incredible.
Do you think maybe though, since he is a fund manager, right? He has a lot of money to play with, that he's just going to keep doing the shorts and keep covering them and getting back into them until the market crashes, and then he'll make a shit ton of money off of it. So he could be wrong for a year, 2 years, 3 years.
Right.
1 year he might be right,
It depends how much he makes, if he break evens or not. Like I think one thing I've learned over the last 2 years, what you shouldn't do is hope for a black swan event or any kind of extreme event, because the chances of that happening are very low. Being crash would be the market just being up like 5,000 SPX. I think that's not going to happen. The market might go up and down on a healthy rate, and that's where I've changed my perspective. But let me share my screen so I could show you guys what I see. Hold on. Okay.
Sorry about that technical difficulties there for a second.
No problem. Mark, I need your help to share that chart screen that I uploaded. Oh, awesome.
Got it up right there.
Clear.
You know what? Before we get into the Mo, man, how'd you do on your training seminar? How was it?
So I was super nervous, man. Moving to Dallas and then meanwhile running a live 5-day challenge. I think it was one of the best decisions I made, because I'm being honest with you, I had 2 days on just mindset. And I was like, people that are coming to this live challenge, they might just say, yo, we paid for an options trading and this guy's going over mindset stuff. Like, what the hell is this? But it was one of the best seminars. It was my best work till date. I have about over 50 comments from people that told me more about the mindset stuff than the options. I had two of my people have been trading with me for the last 3 years, and they said that changed their thought process when trading. They're my current members, and I'm gonna talk more about mindset is what I took from it and what it made me better in the last 5 days or 4 days. I've maybe been on the screen for less than an hour, because I just like, I don't see the setup, I leave. In the past, I just still stick around. I'll do something else, but I stick around because there's this thought in my mind that the last thing I want to do is miss out on a move. And now, like, I'm not in the scarcity mindset of like missing out. So I'm gonna do more in-person seminar. That's why I'm in Dallas. That's the whole point. There's no other reason. I'm not here because the houses are cheaper. Like alcohol's cheap. I'm here because I want to get in touch with people physically and teach them physically. So I'll probably be putting down a webinar soon this month. It'll be a free webinar.
Yeah, no, I liked it. I thought it was pretty good, especially with the mindset and the risk management. I know a lot of people find that stuff really boring. You can just tell by the analytics, I'm sure. And the first 2 days, you focused on mindset and risk management, but that is like the most important part of trading. I don't think people realize it. They just want to hear, I know everyone wants to get hyped, get the energy going. Market's doing great. Let's get in. But any little wrong thing can throw you off your I guess your level of wherever you're at mindset wise. That's why I think it's really important that you do focus on mindset more often and risk management. If you get those down, I promise you, I think most people will be more successful at trading and investing.
Bro, anything in life. Anything
in life.
Like, I think if you're a barber, carpenter, framer, use this. Like, I talk a lot about limiting beliefs, and I've realized that even now, mine still exists, some of them, and I take them as they come in and I address them. But if we're just talking about that quickly, I think a lot of people are losing money potentially because how these things are being marketed. Look, when Apple markets their product, right, they talk about how good the product. They're not talking about the lags and all the issues it has, because that's what marketing. Marketing, you talk about good stuff, you never talk about the bad stuff, and people buy. When you're promoting your trading business, you cannot market it the same way. It's irresponsible. And what I mean by that is you can't just talk about gains and not talk about losses. Bro, in the challenge time, at 5 days, I had 2 red days, and I covered those in the challenge. And I'm like, it's good that it's happening, because you guys need to see me lose money. Imagine going into trading and not knowing that that could be a potential possibility.
Happens a lot. It happens a lot. It happens a lot. A lot of people go in there with the expectations to never lose.
So yeah, I'm getting better at this. And one of the things that I learned was, if you want to get better at some project or something, start teaching it. And one of my best trading weeks happened during the challenge week. And it's because I was teaching mindset stuff, and I was like, okay, this is where I'm messing myself, because you hold yourself at a higher degree of accountability, because like, I'm teaching this and I'm not following it. Unless you're good being an imposter, if you have any conscious right away, you're going to be like, I'm teaching this to people while I'm not following it, which is what I sometimes catch myself doing. I'm like, okay, cool. But when I was doing the challenge, it's just happening every single day. So I'm like, okay, stop it. Write down what you're doing well, what you're doing bad. It's different. It's life-changing in my opinion. And I think like from here, anything I do, if I apply these principles that I have to get here, I'd be successful, people following it, they'd be successful. And the biggest thing I say, Mark, is none of this is created by me. It's not me. It's not like, yo, Mo's gonna show you. No, this is a system that I've learned from other people who learned it from other people who learned it from other people.
Other people. Yeah.
Do you understand? Like I know this because I worked corporate and they all run on systems. Like That's it. It's a system. Like when a manager takes over another manager, they just follow the system. That's all they're doing.
Yeah.
Some managers are good, they're good people person, so they're able to build more relationships and being able to change behavior faster, and then the company does better. But that's basically it. If you think I came in, created a new mindset system, that's BS. Like, do you know how many times I said trading in the zone in the entire seminar? Probably over 50 times. And I said, this is the guy I'm stealing all my stuff from. Everything mindset, I'm stealing it from him. And he's giving it away for free. So go read the book. Go read the book. But like a lot of this is like me, everything's coming through me. Like if people have faith or any kind of religion or anything they believe in, they just, even if you think about what different religions tell you, they all tell you that everything's coming through faith or something higher than you. Most people, especially in the finance space, what do you think they do? It's coming through me. I am the best. I am the GOAT. I don't lose. I'm this. I've never seen someone post a loss in trading without saying that I made up for it another trade, or this was a runner, or this was that. And I'm like, why are people doing that? That's like apologizing for something and then making an excuse. If you lost something, you're posting a loss, just post a loss. Why do you need to say that I had 4 green days, 1 red day, or blah? Just do it. Like I had 2 last losses, I think was this week. I posted it and someone's like, it happened. I'm like, I'm not mad. I'm just being transparent that I lost 67% on a trade that I swung. Like it was like a earning trade or something. I don't remember. But like people react like I don't need to give you explanation. This is what happened. Lost money. That's what happened. I think I'm gonna start posting my losses and stop posting my gains. That's
start
what
a
I want
trend.
to do.
Start a trend of degeneracy. Everyone post all your losses. The one with the biggest loss gets praised as the biggest loser. So
Yeah, but think about it. That's making it acceptable for you,
it is.
like giving you a safe space to talk about it. But I think like if people are losing without a plan, they shouldn't trade either. Like again, I think it's marketed the wrong way, and what's marketed the wrong way, people are set for failure before they even start.
Yeah, you know what I'm starting to learn as well, and another content creator actually hit me up. So this isn't like an original idea that I had, but he kind of sparked the idea. I'm starting to realize that even like on YouTube, this is a way to market your business. That's really what it seems like, especially in the finance space. It's like you're marketing your channel, you're marketing your course, you're marketing yourself. There's always another way to make money off of YouTube. And it seems like YouTube is really a place where people can market. So it's like a consistent running commercial. Even Mr. Beast, if you look at his stuff, he's marketing. They're all marketing. So I don't think I ever looked at it in that lens. I always looked at it as a way to become a content creator and get paid for it. But I'm learning more and more that it's really hard to sustain that I guess revenue off of just YouTube alone. Like, you know, I'm cool with some YouTubers who have like over 1 million subs, and then you talk to them and you just find out like they were on the height of their game, and then next thing you know, they're struggling and barely making ends meet, and they quit their jobs. They're just focused on YouTube, and now they're stuck like, man, without YouTube, I don't have anything. So I think it is kind of smart for people to use this as a way to sell a product or sell a service, or come up with another way to monetize your stuff in an ethical way, of course. So it's very curious. But man, I'm glad, man, and I'm glad that you touched on it. I was a little concerned when I saw that for the first 2 days you were going over risk management and mindset, because I know how people can be impatient. They're like, I didn't come here for this shit. Tell me more how to make money. Tell me how to 10x. I don't care about your fucking mindset stuff. So I'm sure that you got a few people in there with that, but I'm glad you focused on it, because I think if they do pay attention to it, they'll succeed as a trader, or at least get better.
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right, Mo, let's go over to you. Recession talk.
Okay. Okay. So this is where we're at in this stage of the cycle. Okay. So hold on. This is your all-time high, and I'm going to show you fibs on it. And this is your all-time COVID low, not all-time low, but COVID low. If we were to do
Fibonacci, ladies and gentlemen.
let me change something. I'm gonna enable all of them so I can show you guys what I'm trying to say here. So this is where we're sitting at. We're at the 78th percentile, meaning everything that we gave up in COVID, we're covered, or from all-time high, we've covered 0.78 or 78.6% of that. The next batch that's left is pretty small from here, right? I will tell you this, and I'm not saying this because I'm negative or bearish. I always add that because anyone that's betting against the stock market is betting against America or betting against the world economy, not something that you want to do. That's basically the wrong math. Like, you want people to prosper regardless of what trade you're in, or the companies to prosper, because that's how countries prosper, people prosper. So that's not like ever my idea of saying that we could go lower. The problem though is when you have big rallies like that, they get sold off equally fast. So if you guys look at this rally happened, and it retraced about 50% of it, and then it tried again, and then it gave it all back and more. And the reason why when this happens is, think about this: are people just buying all this stuff because they're panic buying happening? No, what's happening here is, if you look at it, we sold off here. This is October, from 18th October all the way till 27th October, we dropped roughly 200 points. And so all these people are short. Market bounces for obvious reasons, because that's what the markets tend to do. When they're bouncing, what's happening is all these people that were short, they're covering now because they're stuck on the other end of this trade. When they cover, this is what you call a gamma squeeze, is what we've seen here. We're up from 4,100 to 45, about 400 points. So that's about roughly 10 days. In any market, in any country, in any world, in any era, that's not healthy. You want slow growth. Another thing is the breadth of the market. It's getting a little bit better, but the stocks that are driving the market need to be wider. The sectors need to be wider. There aren't not, and that's a problem. I think what most people are thinking, that rate going down is going to help. Rate going down, especially when we talk about real estate, a lot of realtors will agree with me. The inventory is really low right now. Rates going down right now is going to create a bad buying panic, which in the long run is going to not create a soft landing, but a mass recession, which I think we should see in the next 3 to 4 months. Always look what's under the hood. Not always on the surface is what most people are looking right now. I don't think this rally was healthy. I think come down December, we're not getting a Secret Santa rally, because this rally happened and we're going to go lower. Potentially, I would say we're going to break 41.05 in my opinion. Not in a month, but it could potentially in the next 2 months. I think in the next 10 days, we're going to be down roughly 100 to 200 points. This rally probably goes for another 100 points. So we might, 100 is, I'm giving you the max, I think 46, but I think we're going to end up, we should close under 4,500 next Friday. That's my opinion. We should close roughly around another 100 points down. So 4,400-ish, which is a big claim. I don't come here giving numbers that precise. And again, take it as you may. Not a financial advice. Traded, not traded, doesn't matter to me. But that's what I would say. I think this is SPX, but IWM on the other hand, I think we could see 200 by January on this. And the reason for that is the way seasonality is. Small caps run into end year. So I personally wanted to buy calls for January. They were actually very cheap. I had this, show you guys. I had this as my level, and we got pretty close to it. It was off by $2. I'm like, you know what? Overnight we can gap up, but I'm gonna be patient and see if we test this level here, 174.51. I think 200 is possible. The third thing I want to talk about is Baba. I think China looks different, very different. And I think had Biden not make the comment, for those of you guys don't know, Baba reported earnings, they smoked it, they did really well. And then a video clip came where they asked Biden about the China president, and he called him a dictator or something. The market started tanking, and then I believe Jackie Ma is also unloading shares next week on Baba. But overall, I'll show you what I'm watching for Baba, and I'll tell you what I'm in. I'm in 90 December OPEX calls for Baba that I added today. I think as long as
it had a
7,
9%
8.
drop, right? It had a 9%
Huh?
drop today. Had a 9% drop today. It looks like, yep.
I think they're gapped up right now. I think so. Yeah, they're
Are they?
not a gapped up. They're a little bit high. I think this gap can get filled very fast if buyers come back in, which I think they will. So my play is long, small caps, long China, and short tech. That's where I'm at.
Those are some really bold statements there, Mo.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. That is
That's why I say I never do that, but I think I have a good understanding of what's happening. Am I going around shorting SPX? No, but I'm looking at art puts for January right now. They're the cheapest right now. SQQ shares aren't bad, so that's the stuff I'm looking for.
Oh, okay. I am actually in was it 3 spies? I'm 3 spy shorts. They haven't been working out clearly. Actually 2, because one of them expired last week, and yeah, it wasn't good. And clearly my other ones are down. I got into it's funny because I love your analysis on the stock market, and you know, me working for the government, I do find myself as an expert when it comes to being an inter analyst. And the odd part, which is for you guys at my job, they trade. We all trade together during the mornings, and we all kind of have the same sentiment where we're like, we just don't understand this. It's really weird. We're all great at our jobs, but we have a hard time translating that into the stock market, because when there's bad news, you would expect the market to go down. When there's good news, you expect the market to go up. And it seems like we definitely have a bias. I know that for me, at least, I know I have a bias when it comes to market. A lot of this shit just doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand why we're running as high as we were. Was it last year summer or this year summer? We're pretty high up there. And it's baffling to me that people are still buying, but you know, I guess it's just trying to understand it and look at it in a different perspective. You know, the rates, he didn't raise any rates. The Fed didn't raise any rates right now. So I guess that's good news for everyone to start buying currently. But like you said, this is worrisome that they've been buying up almost every single dip. What's odd though is that Biden said that Xi Jinping is a dictator, yet we met with him a couple days ago, and or not even a couple days ago. Was it yesterday? I think.
I think met with them yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday. And did you see like the amount of shit that America did to prepare for him? Cleaning up San Francisco streets, like having Chinese flags everywhere. This shit was crazy. Like I'm shocked, and I don't understand this relationship that America has with China. And I might actually just do a video on it on my other channel. I'm debating on what video to drop on Friday or Saturday on this, because I wrote a whole thing about Kiki Palmer and her domestic violence, but then you know some stories came in about Will Smith being gay, and then there was another story between Ben Shapiro and Candace Owens fighting over this whole Israel and Hamas thing, which I also find extremely interesting, and then the whole situation with Biden and Xi Jinping. There's so much stuff going on, and a lot of it just doesn't make sense to me. I feel like this whole country is full of hypocrites, and I don't understand this entire market right now. I am fearful. I'm not going to lie, but I know what they say: when everyone's fearful, you should be buying. But we're still high up right now, so that's why I'm fearful. When
I say when everyone's fearful, do you again be more critical about what people's opinions are? Like I'm telling you, just traveling, looking at how the U.S. is, Canada is, other countries. I think people are too comfortable here, especially if I talk about Canada and States. When I say comfortable, that if they make less, they're not going to stop spending less unless something forces it. Does that make sense? What I'm saying? Like people have a lifestyle that they can't, and it's very, very soft lifestyle. It worries me sometimes.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that. People are not going to stop buying. They just opened up a Costco near our where I live at, right? On Thursday. I went during my lunch day with my wife, and we made a day of it. But in there, dude, it was, you would think this was like some massive, brand new technological advancement store that opened up. Dude, it was packed. It was packed like some grand I mean, it was technically a grand opening, but it's just Costco. And I'm sitting there, I'm getting a hot dog. I'm walking around eating a hot dog while me and my wife are shopping. I'm just looking around and I felt disgusted about myself. I'm like, this is what's wrong with American consumerism. All these people are coming here and spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on ridiculous shit that they think is discounted. And I'm part of it. Listen, I was part of it. We're sitting there filling up our shopping carts. And I was like, man, this is so much for recession. So I don't know. Everyone was shopping. People were carts full. So things are not slowing down, according to the stuff that I'm seeing, at least here in Florida. So,
well, look at Target, bro. Target gapped up at 15%.
Oh, yes. And I'm happy about it because I've been buying at the 130s and then I bought another couple shares.
I'm telling you, we only go to Target. Target's quality. Like it's insane how well they are organized. You will find someone if you need help like me. I get lost, man. I don't know where anything is. So I ask a lot of questions and there's a person at every aisle. It's crazy.
Yeah. Target's good, man. I'm happy. I'm up now officially on my Target position 5%. Because again, like I said, I bought at the 130s, low 130s, and I started buying again when it was at 110. I just didn't think it was going to crack below 130, but it gapped up, and I think it's close to 130 again. So it's not too bad. But all right, Mo, you got anything else?
Nope, that's basically it. Just that's it.
All right, guys. Hey, everyone, thank you so much for stopping by. Hopefully you enjoyed the show. If you did, give us a thumbs up and subscribe, and make sure you follow Mo. Where can they find you again?
Instagram, OTB Clubhouse.
Yes, if you're looking for a humble goat. That's what we'll start calling it, a humble goat. I'm going to do that. Mo, the humble goat. If you're looking for a humble goat, find him on Instagram at OTB Clubhouse. He is a full-time options trader and educator. You can find me at Half-Breed Observer and Uncultured Currency on YouTube. I do not have an Instagram where you can reach me. I do not have a Twitter where you can communicate with me. The only way you want to communicate with me was simply be off of YouTube, I guess. Go in the comments, throw some stuff in there. I usually respond, or check out my email address on whatever site I'm on. So until next week, y'all, thank you for tuning in. Have a blessed weekend. See you guys on the flip side. Peace out.
That's 100.